Have you ever seen someone destroy their entire life with just a few words online? I never thought I'd witness it until I met her. This is the story of how one woman's racist posts went viral, and how the same internet she used to spread hate came back to tear down everything she had built. I first heard her name trending on social media. Her name was Karen, a 35-year-old woman known for her sharp tongue and even sharper attitude. She worked at a respectable company, lived comfortably, and always thought she was better than others. But that illusion shattered the day a video of her went viral. In it, she was seen yelling racial slurs at a young cashier, her voice full of anger and disgust. Watching it made my stomach turn. I couldn't believe someone could be that cruel in public. The video exploded across the internet. Within hours, millions had seen it. People shared, reposted, and commented in outrage. The internet detectives moved quickly. Her name, address, and workplace surfaced almost instantly. It was like watching a fire spread through dry grass. The same confidence she showed in that video was now gone, replaced by fear as the world turned against her.
Karen wasn't new to hate. She'd spent years posting offensive comments about people of different races and backgrounds, thinking she was untouchable behind a screen. Her followers encouraged her, feeding her ego with likes and laughter. But the internet had finally caught up. This time, her real face was attached to the words, and there was no hiding from the truth. I realized I actually knew Karen. She had worked at my company years ago. Even back then, she would make jokes that made people uncomfortable, mocking accents, making racist remarks, and pretending it was all just humor. Most of us stayed silent, not wanting conflict. But now, that same arrogance had brought her to public ruin. Silence had turned into outrage. Her company reacted quickly. They released a public statement condemning her behavior, making it clear that racism had no place in their values. By the end of the day, Karen was fired. She tried to defend herself online, saying the video was taken out of context. But there was no mistaking her words or her hatred. The damage was done. She went live the next day, crying and begging for forgiveness. She blamed cancel culture, saying people were ruining her life over a mistake. But it wasn't a mistake. It was a reflection of who she had been for years. The same internet she once used to bully others now turned on her. The comment section filled with people reminding her, "You did this to yourself." The news picked up the story. Headlines read, "Local woman fired after racist rant goes viral." Her face was everywhere, on TV, blogs, and news sites. She couldn't go anywhere without being recognized. People whispered when she walked by. The shame she had once made others feel now followed her everywhere she went. I heard from someone close to her that her family had cut ties. Her sister, who was married to a black man, refused to speak to her. She told her, "You embarrassed us. You embarrassed yourself." Her words had not only cost her a job, they had broken her family apart. Hate doesn't just destroy others, it destroys the person who carries it. Her followers started to disappear. The people who once cheered her on quietly unfollowed her. The brands that had sent her free products deleted their old posts. Her online support vanished overnight. She was left completely alone, facing the world she had mocked and attacked for years. Karen tried to rebuild her life, applying for jobs, but every interview ended the same way. Employers recognized her name. Her reputation had become her shadow, impossible to escape. The digital footprint she had left behind followed her everywhere, an unerasable record of her own choices. She grew bitter. She blamed the media, society, and everyone but herself. But deep down, she knew the truth. She had done this. Her hate had built a wall around her life, and now she was trapped behind it. The internet didn't ruin her. Her own words did. I watched her downfall unfold, and while I didn't feel sorry for her, I felt something else. Disappointment. She had the chance to be better. She had a platform, a voice, and followers. She could have used them for good, Instead, she chose to spread division, and when that division came back for her, no one stood by her side. A few months later, her accounts disappeared. No final post, no goodbye, just gone. The woman who once lived for attention now vanished into silence. But even though she was gone from the internet, her video still lived on, a permanent reminder of the cost of her actions. I heard rumors she had moved away, trying to start over in a new town. But the internet never forgets. Every few months, her old video resurfaced. People would share it again, using it as a warning. No matter how far she ran, her past followed her. I often thought about how different her story could have been if she had chosen kindness instead of hate. The internet can make anyone feel powerful, but real strength is in restraint, knowing when not to speak, when to listen, and when to show respect. Karen learned that lesson too late. I saw her once, months later, in a grocery store. She looked different, tired, smaller somehow. Her confidence was gone. When our eyes met, she quickly looked away. Maybe she remembered me, or maybe she just couldn't bear to face anyone who knew her story. Either way, I saw something she never had before: regret. Regret doesn't erase damage. It only reminds you of what could have been avoided. Karen had lost everything: her job, her friends, her dignity. But perhaps, in that loss, she found the space to reflect. Sometimes the only way people learn is through the pain of losing what they took for granted. Her story became a lesson. Teachers used it in classrooms to discuss online behavior. Parents showed it to their children. People online referenced it whenever new scandals arose. She had become a symbol, not of fame, but of failure. Her downfall taught others what words can do when wielded carelessly. Now, whenever I scroll through social media, I think of her. Every time I see someone post something cruel or hateful, I wonder if they realize how easily one post can ruin a life. One moment of anger, one comment made without thought. That's all it takes to lose everything. And so I tell this story not just as a witness, but as a warning. The internet remembers. The words you type can outlive you. Use them wisely. Karen thought her screen protected her, but it only magnified her mistakes for the world to see. Don't let her story become yours. Hate spreads fast, but its consequences spread faster. Every post, every comment, every word we put online reflects who we are. We may think it's harmless, but once it's out there, it shapes how the world sees us and how we live our lives.
Karen's story reminds us that accountability is real. She didn't lose her life because of the internet. She lost it because she refused to see others as equals. The same voice she used to tear people down became the reason no one would lift her back up. So before you post, take a moment to think. Use your platform to build, not to destroy. If this story spoke to you, share it. And don't forget to subscribe for more real stories that remind us. Words have power, and once spoken, they never disappear.